It's been a long time. How have you been? Here we are. Server Season 6, as you can see from this spawn platform that I built. This is my second time recording this. The first time I recorded this was a disorganised scatterbrained mess, even by my video standards, so I'm doing it again. This is called In Medias Res because we are starting well into the lifetime of this season on the server. I did some stuff on the server when it started, which we did with 1.19. We have recently, like last month, updated to 1.21. And I've been back on and I've been doing some stuff. But I thought I'd do a video because there's some stuff I just felt I wanted to do a video on. And I've actually found in my recordings I have 2 episodes on this season from the start of the season that I recorded but never made the videos of. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. I might do those videos, I might cut them down and combine it into one, I don't know at the moment. But we'll see. That might come out. But for now, we're starting off here, and it's weird to be back recording a video again. I'm not going to do a grand server tour or anything because I don't know half of the stuff the people who have been playing on the world in the interim have been up to. But I'll show you around some of the stuff I did, most of which is back when the season started rather than now. So we have the spawn platform here. And then to the south, we have, as is tradition, set up on a mushroom island. So let's head south. On the way, just right opposite the tunnel here, we have the passageway down to the output of the Guardian farm that I built, which we've also got the access to the old tunnels from the start of the season, which are all still intact from before we had the hub. So down here it's just straightforward Guardian farm. It's the design where you just have the bubble columns on top of the thing. You don't hollow out the monument. You just put the soul sand on top and water into the portal in the middle, so it all comes through into here. I still need to finish the back wall, apparently. And then heading back up. So here we have the hub that's at the centre of the world at 0, and then going south we will come to the portal, I should say, to the farming district, which is another place where I've done some stuff. Now, I think a lot of the stuff here, I don't know for all of it. I could be very wrong, but I believe a lot of the farms here were built by Fispin Gamer, who is one of the people who's been more active. So we've got a mob farm there. We've got a mushroom blocks farm. This is sugarcane. This is a tree farm, I guess. Wood logs, yeah. That's shulkers. That's stone, or cobblestone, I suppose. That's wall. This is a furnace array. Actually, this is the charcoal array. That's the furnace, right? I think. Yeah. Stuff that I've built over here, the newest addition, is a resin farm using the creaking. So I put this together. I've got a little instruction book for it because it's not the most intuitive to use if you don't know what you're doing. And then over here, I'm pretty sure these were both me. This certainly seems like my style of semi-compact, semi-spaghetti redstone. And then the honey and honeycomb farms are identical modules, my own design, I'm pretty sure. Just mirrored left to right between the two of them. Same design for both, it's just one's shears, one's bottles, and then the bee breeding box is mine. The tree farm, all different trees, obviously these two are new since we updated. So the tree farm was all me, ow. I think that's it for my contributions to the farming district. Then if we continue heading south, past the gorillas floating lighthouse island. I don't know who's building that. And then we have town, with my house just over here. Now, I think I covered my house in the footage I recorded previously, so I won't go into detail. Although there's not really much detail to go into, to be fair. It's you go in, got the enchanting, the bed, I've got not a lot else, and then my storage room, and a little fishing shack there. Pretty much very basic, really. But it was an opportunity to use the mangrove wood, which is obviously nice. So that's Spawn Town. You got Wolfram's mushroom there. I pranked that. I have no idea whether that's in the footage I did previously. I'll find out when I take a proper look at it. Certainly, if it is in there, I'll be sure to include that in a video. There's the dragon egg from the dragon fight. As usual, we did that collectively. And little dripstone cave. So yeah, that's Spawn Town. So if I now go through to the main hub, from here we have the passageway to the end over there, and then heading south into this tunnel. Shopping district. I forgot we even have a shopping district. Have I been there? No, I think I placed this portal. That the way the text is laid out on that sign looks like my style, potentially. Let's have a look. I forget. Oh yeah. There's really not a lot here, but I remember there being the ice shop and this, yeah. So yeah, not really much here. It's been a quiet season for the most part. A lot of people haven't played so much, but a couple of people have been on, have been busy. Fistbin, as I say, I'm pretty sure is one. Hellscream is one. So it's been ticking over. But if I continue along this path, we come to the Witherskeleton Farm is over there. The Froglight Farm, which is another thing I built. It's pretty straightforward. There's a magma cube spawner in here, and I got a couple of each type of frog in there, so they just eat the magma cubes and produce the froglights, which we have plenty of down below. And then continuing along this tunnel, just to the end, it's a little further along, are the portals to Hellscream and me. So I'm just here. Now, in my usual style, I've had grand plans and then not got anywhere close to finishing them. My intention was a crystal tower, bit of a Final Fantasy nod, big, mostly amethyst, that was the idea. As you can see, I did not proceed very far with it. I know I was going to have water columns on these, that's what the little dips in the floor are for. These are going to be nether brick pillars, I don't know. I might do something with it. It won't be a tower, I might just do a smaller structure if I do anything with it. Who knows? But it goes down to the seafloor here, so we've got a bit of a gradient going on. The deep slate, and then the tough, and then the, is that tough? No, hang on. What is it? That's deep slate. That's blackstone deep slate, and then the stone bricks. That's the one. And then if I head off to the south east, there's an amethyst geode down there. That's what that sand tube is access to. If I head this way, we come to Hellscream. As I say, is one of the people who has been more active. So he's built a fair bit. Here we've got a really cool pirate ship. We've got the Mage Tower. We've got whatever that is up there. Oh, All looks pretty cool. But now this is probably going to be a fairly short video. I don't know, we'll see. I don't have a lot I want to talk about right now, but there is one thing that I really want to talk about. So I'm going to head back to the north. So, returning to the centre of the world portal, we're now going to get into spoiler territory. So, if you're a member of the server, now is the time to stop watching, unless you don't mind being spoiled about stuff. But what I'm doing here is for members of the server, so don't spoil yourselves. But I've done this before on previous worlds. I've done a build. In videos in past seasons, I think I've shown the build, but I've not shown where it is, and the reason for that is because the build is for the 1.8 advancement, which is a custom Sl1pg8r themed advancement. Those aren't working at the moment. Because we've updated the server, I need to fix the advancements. So they aren't showing at the moment, but one of them is called the 1.8. And the way you earn that advancement is by standing in the overworld at the coordinates 18, 18, 18. That's what the build is for, and that's why in previous season videos I haven't shown where I am while showing the build. Now, this season, I didn't do it early. I earmarked this area early on, but then I didn't do anything with it, and then I was off the server for ages, and then I've come back, we've done the update, and I've built the structure. And while we're dropping down to it, I'm going to show you the build. So, here it is in all its glory. I'm just going to stop here for a moment, increase the brightness on the video because this might be really dark on YouTube. So I want you to be able to see it properly with some light. But obviously it's designed to be seen in the light levels I've built it with. So that the light highlights the central podium, the middle of the Sl1pg8r logo in the ceiling, just a little bit of light at the exit, and just the black concrete giving the void effect in the background because it's so dark, it's really effective. The firefly bushes, beautiful addition to the game. Loving the particle effects here. The theme I went with, normally I go with whites and blues primarily for these builds for the 1.8, but for this one I decided we've just updated the server, let's use a bunch of the new blocks. So we've got the polished tuff, because I don't think we had polished and bricks and stuff for tuff in 1.19. We've got the resin, which is part of the reason I made the resin farm. Actually, no, was it? Or did I make the resin farm and then think, you know what, I should use resin? No, I think it was actually that way around. Like, orange is so far out of the usual colour palette for these things, but I just really wanted to use the resin, and it shows how effective the farm is because it did not take that long to get enough blocks for this. In the middle, of course, we have the traditional Sl1pg8r lapis block, and once the achievements are fixed, advancements, I should say, are fixed, standing here will get the 1.8 advancement. And then the exit is just a bubble column back up to the surface. Now, in past seasons, I've had the entrance and exit be the same. Quite often it's just been a bubble column that you reverse when you leave, so you drop down, it pulls you down, and then you go back, it pushes you back up. This time, very different. You're not going to be able to just drop into here from the surface. This time, I'm going to build a gauntlet. There will be 8 chambers in total, or will the first one be a chamber? I don't know yet. But I've planned out what each one will be. Pinning down the details of what I'm going to do for each one is going to take some more planning. That is not going to be in this video. That will be in a future video, probably. It may take a while because this is the 8th chamber. Obviously, 8 is one of the 2 thematic digits, 1-8. This is the 8th chamber. There will be 7 ones before this. I have to work out how big each one is going to be and how to space them between the surface and here. It's going to take me a while, but that's the plan. We're going to have to earn getting the 1.8 advancement this time round. Future editing Sorc here, hopping in just to cover one thing I still managed to forget to talk about this time round on the recording. The music for that time-lapse is one I've had lying around. I've had it for a while. I've been wanting to use it for a while. I've been waiting for the right time-lapse to use it with. I figured, you know what? I'm doing a video again after so long. This is a build I'm pretty proud of the design for. I'm going to use it. This might be the last time-lapse I ever do because I'm not planning to return to making videos routinely. Let's go out with a bang and use the track I've had hanging around waiting to be used. So that's that. Anyway, back to past recording me. That's kind of it for now. I don't know what else I want to say for the time being. As I say, I have found old footage from the start of the server. I will probably make videos from that. We'll see. It'll be kind of weird to have this and then have old footage for a video or two and then back to this. I know it'll be odd, but I wanted to do this and then that's a secondary consideration, so we'll see what I do. But for now, that is going to be it. If you've enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like, share, favourite and comment to the extent that the channel needs supporting, because this isn't to return to routine video production. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do maybe a couple more videos. I have no plans to resume making videos routinely. That may change, but for now, no plans. I want to be really clear about that. Follow me on Blue Sky to stay up to date what's going on, because Twitter, no. And subscribe if for some reason you want to, even though I've just told you there's probably not going to be a lot of reason to. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Damn, I normally F1 for the outro. I am so rusty, it has been such a long time. Anyway, goodbye.